This is Unit 2, Week 2, Article 7, Ratification. It's kind of a moot point today. The Constitution, it's been ratified. It's a while back. Anyways, how many states? They came up with the idea that 9 of the 13 states that met in the Constitutional Convention would have to agree to ratify this for it to be approved. A ratification was to they knew that because they were sent to the Constitutional Convention to supposedly amend the articles, but they wrote a whole new thing. They knew the state governments weren't going to like them doing what they weren't supposed to do. So they came up with this idea that, there'll be conventions of citizens in the different states. When these people in Pennsylvania get together, they will vote ultimately yes or no to ratify the Constitution. And they decided that if 9 of the 13 ratified it, it would then be in effect. The reality is all 13 had to ratify it. If a state doesn't ratify it, why is it going to necessarily have to follow the law just because its neighboring state did? And on top of that, they really had to get the big states to ratify it. If Massachusetts, New York, and Virginia, and Pennsylvania, with the majority of people, didn't support the Constitution, it probably wasn't going to work. The first state to ratify it, by the way, was Delaware, which is why in all national parades or government ceremonies, Delaware always goes first. And why did some states hesitate? The big reason? Well, no Bill of Rights. They were worried about this new, stronger, central, national, federal government taking over the rights of the citizens in the states. And some of this, eventually, many of the states ratified it, but only because there was a promise that they would then go and add a Bill of Rights. Of course, there's no guarantee that would have happened. But many states ratified it only under the assumption that very quickly there would be a Bill of Rights proposed and amendments made. By the way, the only reason they didn't put it in there, they were worried if they said these are the rights you have as a citizen that the government cannot take away, that the sneaky government would then take away anything not listed. It does not in the Bill of Rights say you have the power to wake yourself up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So perhaps Congress will take that power away or assume that it's kind of silly. But the notion that was if they restrict the rights and limit them, then the Congress will have the power to do anything except those. So they figured if we leave it out, they'll have less power, but most people were like, nope, put them in, specifically the things Congress can't do. Anyways, it was ratified within 2 years. Actually, one state voted against it. Then once it passed in all the other states, they said, oops, I guess we changed our mind and we'll join now. And that's it from the Happy House of History.